right, so this video is about mockups. So when you're working on a project for a client or as a student, you have your designs in InDesign, in Illustrator, in Photoshop, and you normally are exporting a JPEG or an image, but wouldn't it be nice if you could mock that up to look real? Perhaps your website design in the frame of a laptop or shown on a tablet or a cell phone, or if it's a print design in a magazine or your logo shown on a bag. And it used to be that you had to make these yourself. Now there are websites. So if you would search free mockups, even free design mockups, you will see many links that take you to sites that are going to have Photoshop documents typically that will allow you to update a file with your design. All right, so I see there's mockupworld.co, LS Graphics, Unblast. So if I look here, this one is the Mockup World, and it allows me to search, and there are some categories that you can see here. And for this one, we are going to use a laptop picture. So I scrolled down and I saw this MacBook Pro and white table mockup. So if I click on it, I see that it's free. Now, these kind of sites are always advertising based, so you have to kind of be careful where you click, and you're looking for download buttons. And sometimes the ads say download too, so you have to be careful. On this one, I see the free download is on the right, and it says it's a PSD file, so that looks like the right thing for me. I have some time here where they're able to serve me some other ads. Now I'm taking to this portfolio website, and it has a download button. Okay. It says I have layered PSD files. So I'm going to click download. It looks like it takes me to a drive. So sometimes when you're looking for something, it's going to be a lot of clicks until you get to the file. From Google Drive, I can click download. And I see it has downloaded to my desktop. So when I open it, I see a JPEG file. I can hold down space on my keyboard to see a preview of it. And I can also see the PSD file. So we're looking for a PSD file, something that's going to have layers where you can change the view to be your own design. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this PSD file. So for any mockup, what you're typically going to see is you're going to need to check out the layers. And a well-made mockup PSD file, when you open different folders, you're going to see something that's going to say something like your design here, right? That's what you're looking for. So when there's lots of layers, you can turn on and off layers for your own design. So I could turn off the flower vase or maybe turn off the lamp. So what's important is the Your Design Here layer. So I can see it's even highlighted in red. So this icon, this piece of paper with this square, that's a smart object icon. And what it basically says is there's another file embedded in this file. If I double click on a smart object icon layer in Photoshop, it will open that embedded file. So I'm going to double click. You can see it opens this layer 1 PSB. Anything I put in here, if I save it and close it, it will now be shown here. So I could just write my content, right? Okay, you can see that's a layer. I'm just going to click the close button. I'm going to say save. And you can see it's now on this screen. So I do not want to move or change anything in my mockup file layers. The only thing I want to be editing is in this embedded smart object. So I'm going to double click. So this is the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and put my mocked up web design. Now you can do that. I'm going to delete this layer. Oh, I'm not, because it's the only layer. Okay, so I'm going to say File, Place Embedded. So that allows me to embed something. And I know that on my desktop, I have this website mockup. Notice it's a PSD file. It's really big. My computer, it doesn't matter that I'm working with big files, so I'm going to go ahead and embed this Photoshop document. But for you, you might want to just be embedding a JPEG or something smaller so you're not dealing with such big file sizes. All right, so when you push embed, I have my transform controls, right? The tools. I'm always transforming from a corner, and I took a screenshot that is not the same ratio as this laptop. So I'm going to make a decision here that I am going to crop it so that the tabs are not shown. It's going to look like a full view. I'm using my arrow key to kind of get it into place. And I want my website mockup to be kind of centered. So now I could see those crosshairs. So to finish a transformation, you need to click return on your keyboard or the checkbox up at the top. I'm going to delete that put here layer. I'm going to close my tab. I'm going to say save. And voila, I now have the mockup in this mockup page. So now you could crop this any way you want it or save it. Remember, if you want to save your edits, then you need to save the PSD file. If you're just saving as an image, I can say file, save a copy, and I'll say website mockup for presentation, and I'm just going to save that as a JPEG. I'm going to put it right on my desktop. All right, so for class, you are going to be placing these images right into your Google slide deck. So what you're going to do is you're going to make a new, well, we'll actually just, whoops. So when you're presenting, the first slide is going to be the mockup. And then we will zoom in as your second slide, the design, just the design that we'll look at. But the first one will be the mockup. All right, back to being applicable to anyone. So that's one of the mockups and how it would work. So let's look at a mobile version. So I'm coming back to my free mockups. I'm going to use this same site, this mockupworld.co. I see an iPhone. All right, I'm going to try this one. So I click on it. This is similar, that it has the free download. It's going to serve me some ads and then take me to where I get to download. This one is somewhere different, right? So this aggregate site that we were on, the free mockups, it's grabbing mockups from people's websites, from Google Drives, from all kinds of places. So this one, it's saying I have to add it to my cart. Does it give me a download? So you're going to have to check out. Each link is going to work a little bit different. All right, this one, it says proceed to checkout. It's free. So it's probably free because they want to get my email address so that they can continue to pursue me to be a customer. I'm not going to go this route just this minute. Let's try another one. This one is on Behance. Okay, Behance, let's see. Lots of views. Google Drive, free downloads. You're always looking for your download link. Beautiful. We'll click download. Have the PSD file. Okay. So this one, right up here at the top, it has your design here in the same type of format, right? This smart object, you're going to double click. It already has a template, and then it says drop and paste here, right? Okay, so we're going to look for our web mockup, I'm going to drop it into that PSB file. Drag your layer to the top so you can see it. Go ahead and scale it from the corner. You don't want it to stretch. Click return. All right, close it, save it. Come back to your mockup, and there we go, beautiful. So in this one you can see the mockup, the logo gets cut off, right? So maybe what you would wind up doing is bringing this down some. You might, because again, you want this to present well, grab with your eyedropper, that navy blue color, edit, make sure you're on your layer, edit, fill, foreground, okay, close, save. Right, so maybe you're going to come back in and move it up a bit more. You want it to be vertically aligned in that space, so I'm actually going to bring it down a bit more. Save. All right, that looks pretty good, right? So now you would save this. For me, I'm just going to save a copy as a JPEG. My hero on cell desktop. Okay. And again, now it's an image that you can use. So if this was for our class project, where did I put that? Here it is. Nope, that's not it. Let's see. Do I already have it open? Here it is. Class project. First slide. Drag in your new image. Right? Okay, so now you would have your mock-up. This is what it looks like in the context of a phone, and here's the actual design. All right, and that is a quick walkthrough of how you could use websites by searching in Google free mockups. There are many aggregate sites that will connect you to places where you can download. So this is Unblast Mockups, which would also take you to Photoshop mockups that you can use. So there's really so many so that you can display your design work in a beautiful way.